Ouch. To my tea. You know, honey, lemon, cinnamon, and cayenne pepper. It adds a nice little kick. And of course, I traded my glass stirrers for wooden ones because I was scratching them on the inside. So, can't have that on the new mugs. I'm about to start setting it off in the garden. The birds are chirping, neighborhood is happy, people's windows are open, and our ratchet neighbors are gone. Normally I wouldn't revel so in someone losing their home, but oh, that's my baby. My baby wants to come outside. Okay, let me go now. You want to get up there so bad? So anyway, I got everything in the raised bed. And in it I have spinach, pak choy. No, baby choy. I got seeds for baby choy because I've never been sure whether it's bok, or pak, or choy. I know, you see him? He's gonna go get those birds, so go get them, honey. You gonna go get the birds? And I've been looking for people to try to explain the flavor of choy to me because I don't think, well, I had to have had it. If you had Asian food, it seemed like, you know, I had to have had it at some point, but I don't know what's so different about the flavor that's just so amazingly delicious. But so again, in the raised bed I have lettuce, spinach, baby choy, Swiss chard. As always, my herbs, I have green onion. That's a lot of stuff. Green onion, cilantro, basil, oregano. And I'm going to put in a couple of sweet pepper. The small sweet pepper. Garden seasoned the beginning of it so you can see what's going on, especially since I have been, well, I should have been, I still haven't posted them yet. I'm going to be posting a bunch of old videos, some of which include gardening videos, but this is just so you know, this is active 2013, beginning of the gardening season. So this is what I'm doing. This is a moringa tree. I'm failing at those right now, but we're going to see what's going on. Every time I grow a moringa tree, I start the seed in a small starter pot, and the seed comes up so strong and healthy. And it seems like when I transport it into this size, the leaves start from the bottom and they start turning yellow. Oh, snap. I think this might be growing side shoots. Sweet. So, but what happens is the stems start turning yellow. They start from the bottom, they start turning yellow, and they fall off and get ratchet. So what I did was cut this top off, and I started in another pot like this because the top still stayed green, and we'll see what happens. This is my peppermint. I actually I grow this inside during the winter. It's easy. Mint, you guys know about mint. It needs a little care. It'll take over if you put it in the yard, hence the pot. So at the end of the season, I just take a couple of tops and regrow them on indoors. So I'll have peppermint during the winter. Bok, choy, whatever it is. I'm doing this for the first time because I've heard wonderful things about the delicious flavor of it. And yes, I've had Chinese food before, but I'm not clear on what, if, when I had bok choy and what it tasted like. So I don't know now. My planter has basil beginning here. There's some cilantro that hasn't come up, red peppers, Swiss chard, Simpson, black seed Simpson, lettuce, lots of spinach because I cook with it as well as make salads out of it, more choy, And I don't know if this is arugula or Caesar, because those are two lettuce leaves I'm growing for the first time this year. So I put a couple of, apparently they didn't come up, put a couple of arugula on this side and a couple of Caesar lettuce on this side that haven't come up. So I'll replant those as well. This in this corner, green onions, I always put them there. Spinach here. Snow peas. This is ground cherry that has not come up. I think I'll start them inside in a small pot for the ground cherries. And wait, is that them? Because these look like the normal weeds that I get. This is my lemon tree. It's in very bad shape. We had an indoor bout with spider mites, and that'll be a whole nother video. I'm actually glad I dealt with it, because now I'll know how to deal with it in the future if it should ever happen. And everyone should be prepared for spider mites, or otherwise it could just cause you to lose all self-confidence in your gardening skills, and you will just give up on your garden life. You will be on some FYL in the garden. This is mosquito shocker. It is brilliantly fragrant, although unfortunately only to the touch. So but when you do touch it, let me tell you, this has such a lemon smell, so even more powerful than the lemon tree leaves, and those are powerfully fragrant in a beautiful way. So what I want to do is, I've been looking for different ways to pulverize it, see if I can use it for some indoor air freshener action. This is a moringa as well. This is just a stake, so that's not it. The seed has been planted, still hasn't come up yet, because what I decided to do was plant a seed directly in it, what I want to be its final pot, and see how that goes. Here's the top of the other moringa that I showed you. Oop, yeah, there you go. So the tippity top is okay, but you know, the side shoots are. Tomatoes. This is my new tomato. Y'all know I've been on an everlasting journey for the perfect tomato. Hopefully this is it. I resigned cherry tomatoes because they're really not enough for just me, and I wanted to be able to grow some indoors, so I didn't want to have to stake them or get them too tall. So I transitioned from cherry tomatoes to the micro tom, as I showed you, with the cutest little tomatoes ever. They are slightly tart, and realistically, I don't know why I thought. Anyway, if cherry tomatoes aren't enough for me, then certainly a micro tom tomato is not going to be. They are grape-sized tomatoes. So this is a tiny Tim. It, as opposed to 8 inches high, gets a foot high, and the tomatoes are still smaller than regular tomatoes, yet larger than cherry tomatoes. So this should ideally work perfect, and I should be able to grow them inside during the winter as well, and still have enough. My feet are ashy. The more choy. Creaky gave me the 2 corners this year of this landscaping here. He left the corners open, as you can see, for the evergreens. So they're evergreens all along the deck, but on the corners where the planters are, it's open. I feel some kind of way about those bite marks though. You can see this, I took video of other stuff. You can see this where we piled up the mulch in that corner. You can see where the rabbit bit and made a hole in there, and I don't know if you can see behind the lattice, we actually have, it looks like jail bars for bunnies. We actually put some bars up so that they cannot get back underneath our deck. Is that an okra as well? You know what? Never mind, because as you can see, that looks all barren and nothing is really up in here. And I felt some kind of way about my arrangement once I decided to put the okra on the corner. So 5 milk thistles. I don't know if they are going to come up under these lava rocks. They should. I mean, they're weeds, but if they don't, I'll just plant them on their own in a pot and then just transport them to, and then transition them to the ground. I think I will actually pick a few of the, oh, see, I feel some kind of way about these holes right here. But I'm going to pick me some spinach. I'm not sure. I really never seen anybody harvest bok choy very early. Usually by the time they harvest, it's a big, you know, together thing with the white, full white stem. So I'm gonna harvest me a little spinach and make a salad. Boom. Farmland and the golf club. Ooh. I didn't want to put the name of the golf club up there.
Oh.
I'd be attentive in things.
Oh, okay. Then you don't want people to know where you're at.
Okay.
We're in Jacksonville, Louisiana.
It's in Florida, but I'm sure there's probably a Jacksonville in other states.
Is there Louisiana though?
Ain't no no. You're right.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Ain't no
You're trying to
Louisiana.
disguise our location, so.
All the greenhouses back there. Is your woman still texting you?
Yep. On Saturday, I tell her to, you know, keep it
They
down.
got them greenhouses back there. You can see.
About to pass the sign.
I know I'll edit that out. See? They're back there. All the greenhouses.